commitment.
Because I ask you to make this commitment.
Like Martha B. Johnson.
Like Martha B. Johnson.
And other inspiration leaders. Pave the way.
Pave the way.
That visibility.
That visibility.
Is our freedom. Do not hide. Into the darkness. Because you are the light.
You
have the right to shut this system down. If it does not provide services. It does not provide services. To serve you. We are the people. We're going to end it with a chant.
So I need everybody to repeat after me. I believe that we will win. Say, I believe that we will
I just want to do a mic check. What does it mean? The consolidation of a fascist America. It means that we won't be able to advocate for our rights. Hitler consolidated his power in 5 months. We have been 1 month into this administration. What does it mean for us? Of what do we need to do? And I think that being out in the streets is not an abstract. It's not an abstract thing to do. But right now, a lot of people, even among us, we're not confronting what this means. For example, for Hitler to carry out the genocide against the Jews, they paved the road through the criminalization of the Jews in the mass media. What I have been reading in the news is criminalization of Muslims. And people who don't agree with Trump are being shamed to think that Muslims are criminals. Are we going to allow this? No! Keep on going? Or are we going to go? And transform the terrain? Change people's understanding of what is going on. I say we can't do that. And that's why I ask you to pledge with me. And today this pledge everywhere you go.
But you gotta think that a lot of people are in good prejudice. The thing is that they work the system.
In the name of humanity.
Obama Day.
Because there is a fascist in the White House.
Because there is a fascist in the White House.
And we are going to drive them out.
And we are going to drive them out.
Now, how do we do that?
How do we do that?
You remember Egypt?
You remember Egypt?
In 2011.
In 2011.
Millions of people.
Millions of people
Took the streets.
took the streets.
Day after day.
Day after day.
And when the state told them
And when the state told them
to leave the streets,
to leave the streets,
what did they do?
what did they do?
More people came out.
More people came out.
And when they oppressed
And when they
and repressed
and repressed
these protesters,
these protesters,
what happened?
what happened?
More people came out.
More people came out
And exposed
and exposed
the danger
the danger
and the repression
and the repression
that the state was doing
that the state was doing
against these people.
against these people.
In 1 month,
In 1 month,
after being in the streets,
after being in the streets,
a regime
a regime
that was there for 30 years
that was there for 30 years
was taken down.
was taken down.
It took 1 month.
It took 1 month
In South Korea,
in South Korea
a couple months ago,
a couple months ago.
millions
Millions
went out in the streets
went out in the streets
doing vigil candles
doing vigil candles
for days,
for days,
for weeks.
for weeks.
And what happened?
And what happened?
They won.
They won.
So what do we need to do now?
What do we need to do now?
We need to take this message.
We need to take this message
Among everyone.
among everyone.
We know.
We know
Because millions
because millions
are not going to survive.
are not going to survive
4 years.
4 years.
Because in 4 years,
Because in 4 years,
we may not be able
we may not be able
to vote for a different person.
to vote for a different president.
Because regime is consolidated. It doesn't go away for years. It
doesn't go away for years.
Be driven out.
It has to be driven out.
It needs to be ousted.
It needs to be ousted.
So I am for refuse fascism.
Or refuse fascism.
And we go out in the streets.
Every day.
Among the delis.
The restaurants.
People in the neighborhood. We talk.
We talk
About what a fascist regime is.
about what a fascist regime is.
Encourage them.
And we encourage them
To take the message of the no.
to take the message of the now.
Everywhere in society.
Everywhere in society.
I don't have many stickers today.
I don't have many stickers today.
But I have some that I'm going to give you.
And you need to take it.
Take a picture of it.
Take a picture of it.
Tag refuse fascism.
Tag refuse fascism.
Come to the meetings on Wednesday.
Come to the meeting on Wednesday. Where?
On the LGBT Center
On the LGBT Center
of Manhattan.
of Manhattan.
In 13th Street.
In 13th Street.
At 6:30 p.m.
At 6:30 p.m.
And if you want to be
And you want to be
organized,
organized,
organizing
organizing
others,
others.
sign up in the webpage.
Sign up at the webpage.
Refusefascism.org.
Refusefascism.org.
Let's drag this motherfucker out.
Let's drive this motherfucker out. Drop and pass our fascists.
Drive them out.
Drive them out.
Trump and Pence are fascists.
Drive them out.
Trump and Pence are fascists. Trump and Pence are fascists.
Drive them out. Drop and pass our fascists. Drive them out. Drop and pass our fascists. Drive them out.
I'm gonna ask a question, right?
Drive them out.
Alright, so I'm gonna ask a question. A really serious question. How many of you have made a commitment to hold down the space? I guess you know where I'm going with this. If you're referencing 2011, it starts with the letter O. And ends with the letter Y. I think this is just me. We're all about visibility. We should just consistently make this space active. Or any place active. And do teach-ins. And do rallies. And do marches. And make it visible. That they know we are here. So they understand that we are always motherfucking here. Because simply, I noticed that there's a disconnect. The disconnect is when we're too busy doing shit, they're too busy doing stupid shit behind our backs. So I think there's an opportunity. Maybe within ourselves. To open a larger movement. That's more inclusive of us. It depends on you. If you want to make that commitment. I know that's a lot for me to ask. It's really not for me. It's really for you. If that's even an option. And start building a movement. The challenge is to make that commitment. All your talents. All your skills. To build an alternative movement. It's more inclusive of all of us. Maybe if people want to consider having that conversation, we can start something new. That's more inclusive of us. Because in reality, sustainability and accountability is what we need in a system that marginalizes all of us. I believe in all of you. I believe in all of you. Because you know why? Because all the changes that's taking place is a reflection of the dialogue that we have been doing for the last 3 years. I myself want to apologize. To many millennials who have been told that they're nuisance. But guess what? We have changed politics. Because you're the first generation. Who was aggressively enough to say to these politicians, that fuck capitalism. And you want to build something new. I think I am willing, as a 31-year-old person, to step away, to make this movement for you guys, to lead newer generation, to lead the voice of the next following generation to come. I am willing to contribute my time, my labor and my efforts to stand behind y'all, because I want to know what is the future you want to create. I've done my part. And will continue to do my part. I want to build with you. I want to build with the youth.
I want to build with the youth.
Because you are the voice of reason.
Because you are the voice of reason.
Please,
Please,
if anything, lead the way.
lead the way.
I will follow.
I will follow.
Mic check. Mic check.
Mic check.
Everywhere we go.
Everywhere we go.
The people wanna know.
The people want to know
Who we are.
who we are.
So we tell them.
So we tell them
We are the people.
we are the people.
The motherfucking people.
The motherfucking people.
Fighting for justice.
Fighting for justice.
Black liberation.
Black liberation.
And brown liberation.
And brown liberation.
And queer liberation.
And queer liberation.
And women's liberation.
And women's liberation.
And workers' liberation.
And workers' liberation.
Native liberation.
Native liberation. Trans liberation.
Trans liberation.
Trans liberation.
Trans liberation.
Trans liberation.
The people's liberation.
The people's liberation.
Trans liberation.
Trans liberation.
Black liberation.
Black liberation.
Women's liberation.
Women's liberation.
Our liberation.
Our liberation.
We heard.
Will be heard. Say it.
We will.
We will. Be heard. We will. Not be silenced.
By Trump.
By Trump.
Not by Pence.
Not by Pence.
Any.
Or anyone.
You motherfucker.
You motherfuckers.
So the question now is, are you guys ready to make that commitment? We can create that conversation. We can create that conversation to take place. Also, if you want there to we can open up this dialogue about considering alternatives. How do we move forward for the next 4 years? If that's okay with you, I don't mind running to get some pizza to have this conversation, but it's up to you. So if you guys are down with it, I just want to see if you guys are twinkling with it. And anybody that's kind of Anybody have a question? Anybody want to say something that they want to share as to why it's important for us to create a movement?
What's your problem with capitalism?
Sometimes a lot of people get offended or...
Well, then what's your alternative to capitalism? Socialism.
Capitalism has been built in a way that is reliance of labor, right? It requires labor. When you need labor, often they need bigotry to justify who they need to oppress to provide that labor. So like black communities, indigenous people.
What are you filming for?
Oh, so like
You
capitalism.
should ask people before you start filming people without consent, you know? It's fucked up. I know, but look, there are a lot of people who are running around with Pepe the Frog shirts, red MAGA hats, that are filming people and trying to put them on trial with a bunch of fascists. So we gotta take this up, okay? I'm just saying, you gotta ask people before you get filming that.
No, it's right.
I'm not doing a mic checkup, but what
I guess,
causes
okay, just
fascism?
come
What
closer.
pays for fascism and makes it something operational?
I have a question. How is Trump